From the Sun Belt Conference Bank Plus studio inside the Superdome, I'm Jack Benjamin with a look at the Week 3 football slate. We've got another action-packed Saturday in the Sun Belt, headlined by the lone conference matchup tonight when Troy hosts James Madison with a nationally televised kickoff at Veterans Memorial Stadium set for 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central on the NFL Network. The game will mark the second ever meeting between the Trojans and the Dukes and the first in almost a quarter of a century since Troy's 27-7 win in 1999. A week ago, James Madison overcame an 11-point fourth quarter deficit to beat Virginia 36-35 for the Sun Belt's second win against an Autonomy 5 program in as many weeks. With the win, JMU remained one of 5 unbeatens in the conference while grabbing an 18th straight victory against an in-state opponent. Down by 11 with 12 minutes to play, the Dukes offense was sparked by running back Tyson Lawton, whose 27-yard touchdown run cut the deficit to 35-30 before Kaylon Black's 10-yard touchdown grab from Jordan McLeod with 55 seconds to go capped off the comeback. JMU's defense tallied 10 tackles for loss, and the Dukes blocked a punt in the first quarter, which was returned for a score. Troy, on the other hand, will try to bounce back after having its 12-game winning streak snapped at the hands of 15th-ranked Kansas State. Trojans wide receiver Chris Lewis hauled in a pair of impressive one-handed catches in defeat, with his second one coming on a 21-yard touchdown pass from Gunnar Watson. Kimani Vidal rushed for 83 yards, pushing his season total to 331, the most by a Troy player through the first 2 games of a season in program history. Keep an eye on the early kickoff window today as Sun Belt programs play a pair of nationally televised matchups at noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central against Autonomy 5 programs. Old Dominion, which claimed the first conference victory of the season last week with a 38-31 win against Louisiana, hosts Wake Forest in Norfolk in a game that can be seen on ESPN2. ODU quarterback Grant Wilson tossed 4 touchdowns, while running back Keyshawn Wicks charted a career-high 103 rushing yards. All-American linebacker Jason Henderson totaled 17 tackles and a game-high 2.5 tackles for loss for the Monarchs to earn Sun Belt Defensive Player of the Week honors. On the Big Ten Network, Georgia Southern visits Wisconsin in the first ever matchup between the two programs. The Eagles, off to a second straight 2-0 start under Clay Helton, powered past UAB in a 49-35 shootout last week in Statesboro. Quarterback Davis Brin threw for 318 yards and 2 touchdowns to earn Sun Belt Offensive Player of the Week honors. One of those scores went to wide receiver Caleb Hood, who became Georgia Southern's all-time leader in career receiving yards. And after falling just short in a 40-34 double overtime defeat at North Carolina a week ago, App State returns home to face another in-state foe in East Carolina, with kickoff set for 3:30 p.m. Eastern, 2:30 Central. In his first start for the Mountaineers, quarterback Joey Aguilar threw for 272 yards and tossed 2 touchdowns, while Nate Noel rushed a career-high 26 times for 127 yards with a pair of scores. Here's a look at the entire Week 3 schedule. Southern Miss hosts Tulane on ESPNU as the Golden Eagles try to knock off the Green Wave for a second straight year following last season's 27-24 win in New Orleans. ULM and Georgia State both face road tests to try to stay unbeaten as the Warhawks take on Texas A&M, while the Panthers head to Charlotte seeking revenge after a 1-point loss to the 49ers a year ago. Be sure to follow all things Sunbelt football with the handles @Sunbelt on Instagram and @SunbeltFB on X. From the Sunbelt Conference Bank Plus studio, I'm Jack Benjamin. Enjoy the Week 3 Sunbelt slate, everyone.